Hi, everyone. I'm Bruce Parker. I'm a mentor, a licensed real estate broker, a director of Best School of Real Estate.
On appraising. This is the chapter on appraising. Now, this chapter comes in so handy in so many different ways. First of all, you guys aren't going to be appraisers. You're going to be real estate salespeople. An appraiser gets a different license. An appraiser gets an appraisal license. But we still have to know how to do it, and we still have to know how to do it to pass the test, and we still have to know how to do it so we can come up with what people should put their house on the market for, and we still have to know how to do it because we need to tell buyers how much they should offer for a property. So all things that are significant in order to be able to evaluate what a property is worth. And appraisals are an art. And what I mean by appraisals being an art is they are a subjective, and this is a key word, opinion of value. An appraisal is an opinion of value. It's not a finding of value, it's an opinion of value. Again, if you want to be an appraiser, you're going to take a 150-hour course. You're going to serve an apprenticeship and write some appraisals for free underneath a licensed appraiser, and then you can get your appraisal license. As real estate agents, though, we still need to know how to do it because we want to pass the test and we want to be able to properly price properties. So we're going to define three terms to start off with, and that's value, price, and cost. Value is the worth of an item at a certain time. Watching a picture today about Antiques Roadshow, and somebody brought in a picture of their great uncle on the Titanic, and he actually survived the Titanic. So, what was a life jacket worth? A life jacket in the store, maybe a couple bucks. But if you were on the Titanic and you had a life jacket, it would probably be worth a whole lot more because of the certain time that it was needed. And this gentleman, by the way, because he was carrying an infant baby, they let him board a lifeboat with the women and children. And so he was saved. And his wife also got on the same lifeboat with the infant child, and she later wrote a book called Women Survivors of the Titanic. So an Antique Roadshow was a very interesting item that came up. So value, the worth of an item at a certain time. Market value, this is what appraisers are looking for. Appraisers are looking for the most probable price a ready, willing, and able buyer who is not forced to buy will pay a ready, willing, and able seller, not forced to sell, with a reasonable amount of marketing time. So, this one sentence here has so many different important aspects because, first of all, it's going to tell us where we might be looking to find people who want to buy and where we might be looking to find people who want to sell. And what those houses are worth that they're looking to buy or looking to sell is dependent on their situation, because it's the most probable price a ready, willing, and able buyer who's not forced to buy. Now, who could be forced to buy? Well, in New Brunswick, if you want to be a policeman or fireman, you have to live in New Brunswick. So policemen and firemen will often overpay for houses in a certain neighborhood because that's where all the policemen and firemen live. In Highland Park, the entire town is within an Erev. And if you're a Jewish person who is observant, you need to live within the Erev. And so people will pay extra to live in Highland Park because it's within the Erev. So that's people who may be forced to buy. Now, most probable price, a ready, willing, and able buyer not forced to buy will pay a ready, willing, and able seller not forced to sell with a reasonable amount of marketing time. So those people who are forced to buy might pay extra. What about people who are forced to sell? Their houses might sell for less than market value. For instance, who's forced to sell? Well, you and your aunt dies and you inherit the house in New Jersey and you live in California. You might be looking to sell it very quickly, therefore get less than full market value. What about if you're at the sheriff's sale and you're forced to sell because you're coming to the sheriff's sale? Your house is going to sell at less than market value. So market value is really the valuation of your house with nothing extraordinary causing it to sell or causing a buyer to buy it. And the last term is market price. That's what a person pays for a property. Sometimes the market price, the market value, and the value are all the same. Sometimes they're all different. When we do an appraisal, we're looking for the market value. And the last part is cost. And cost is the cost of the improvements, so the cost of the building itself, plus the value of the land. That's the cost term. And again, these all may be the same or they all may be widely different. Market value, market price, and cost. When we do an appraisal, we are looking for an opinion of market value.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you can get notified of what's new.